Hello peeps and hello peppers and welcome to Lundi the Monday Puffin and to Inktober, because like today's Inktober prompt was piercing. So because I'm doom scrolling too much about like the rights of disabled people being endangered or something, I decided to have the Monday Puffin put the norms on the saber teeth of the mammoth in order to pierce the norms, because I have to pierce norms in my own life a lot. Because if I don't pierce norms, nothing changes. And I mean, I know I'm just one grain of sand on the beach and one drop of water in the ocean, but sometimes I can hopefully be the drop of water that fills the bucket. Yes, we should maybe have a bucket here. I won't be long today with my stuff because I have, like, it's the second last day before I need to deliver my children's book, also about a mammoth, not the very same mammoth, but I'm totally in the mammoth gear, and I'm totally in the gear of piercing norms. Yes, it's my first time participating in a literature competition in Icelandic. So, yes, I had a proofreader, but my way of constructing language is, for instance, a little bit normally piercing the norm. And of course, I still have the autumn cold. That I have to kind of work around these low energy levels. Yesterday, I basically only survived, in commas, the film marathon at the festival with the Puffin logo because I ate a lot more than I would eat normally. And yes, food trucks are tons of fun, but let's save them for special occasions, because I get that all people need to live on something, but silence. The most food trucks I have ever encountered were relatively tiny portions for relatively humongous prices. So if I decide on a food truck, for instance, because there is a festival and that's just the most handy food without going somewhere long distances, then I have to savor it. And yes, I take the liberty to also always pack some boiled eggs or something, because that just like popcorn and food truck food as a permanent diet. What says the Puffin? No. It's a little bit hard to get the thoughts out in words today, and I hope the thoughts will be delivered in pictures. If you've never been here, I'm making my YouTube videos like purposefully shaggy and one-shots in order to show this non-perfection. And like last Tuesday in an art co-working space, we did this tarot reading with an external cameraman, and that is like a totally different style. So I hope we can do this tomorrow again. Which reminds me, like when the children's book is ready, I also have to write an article why art is good for the health, like especially of disabled people. With the core being, then you have the feeling of purpose, the feeling of agency, and let's say some artists with a variety of disability get like an income from their art when they can't like exist on the regular working market. Like, don't get me wrong, I could maybe operate the cashier in the movie theater or something for a couple of days, but like after a couple of days I would be so done with everything, because it's always the sum of many small factors. So we have to be kind of somewhat vocal about, like, we need support structures. And yes, my mammoth has ear piercings because the Inktober theme was piercing. And because like ages ago I saw a documentary film that Neanderthals made beads out of bones. And I identify a lot with Neanderthals because I have shaggy red hair and because there was an article, talking about writing articles. I don't know who wrote it, but it's called The Neanderthal Theory of Autism. And of course, it's hard to prove that essentially Neanderthals were autistic or the autism genes come from the Neanderthals or whatnot. But let's say the good thing, and like also the explained intention of the article, was to naturalize like the diversity, to tell the world that it's basically normal to want to draw back or to live in small groups, to like communicate with animals and believe in shamanism and like plenty of things that some autistic people do. And I found this article a very positive input into my life, and from that day on I sometimes called myself Freddie Flintstone. But still, yes, let's read with the heart and the head when we read such articles. Take them with a grain of salt. Also be open to the idea that something that is a child of its time today may be outdated tomorrow. But I like the thought of me being a bit Neanderthal. Yes, when I was a child, the adults would always tell me something of the type that my room looked like in a caveman dwelling. Because I am kind of a clutterer, but like today I also embrace this as a part of my nature, and let's say I let people in to help me with the things that would really bother other people. Of course, there we can again discuss the norms, like how much mess is normal. And yes, I am not the other people, but let's say I have to keep it clean enough to make room for like a doctor or fire brigade or so. Like, let's say, in case something happens to me, and yes, in case I have guests, they want to sit and eat in halfway hygienic surroundings. That said, the only people who come visit me are usually those who know that I'm a little bit Neanderthal-y. And where we can find a way of the middle with like many things are communication. Like this morning I also thought of like people with bikes and baby carriages on the bus, and I have to go on the bus with my walker slash rollator. Sometimes I am really pissed at people, and that's mostly at the people who don't communicate, who just let's say occupy the whole space with their bikes and don't make a millimeter of space. Well, also like when the bus drivers don't communicate clearly, like at some point I heard the children with 2 bikes ask, do we need to go out now? Like to make room for the rollator, and then the bus driver formed a whole speech like, not now but next time, blah blah. Excuse me, in this case I would actually have preferred clear communication, like yes or no. Like, I mean, we could make room for each other, that was not the problem, but like such wishy-washy maybe thingies I can't handle, even if they are not directly told to me. So my wish for the day, when you're piercing the norms, yes, be yourself and be clearer than this picture. Communicate clearly why you need this or that and when you need this or that, because asked and thou shalt receive. I wish you a wonderful day where you receive plenty of good things, and I hope to see you tomorrow for this Artsy Tuesday tarot. Bye bye.